and I want to welcome you. Again, my name is John Cottrell, and this is Power Hour. This is a 60-minute Power Vinyasa video, and we are going to be doing some new poses. I found some new poses which I think you might like. So I'm calling the class Lots of Legs, because it's going to involve lots of legs, okay? So basically, we're just going to be stretching out our legs. Lots of lengthening, lots of hamstring stretching, but in various ways, okay? So here's our props that you'll need for your practice today. I'm going to suggest that you have a couple of blocks that always come in handy, a couple of blocks or some books to stack, something like that. But since we're doing a lot of legs, you may want to also have a yoga strap, okay? Or something that resembles a yoga strap. It can be a belt, it could be a jump rope, something like that. But if you have a strap like this, that'll be great as we kind of get warmed up for some of the postures that we're going to be doing today. And again, some of them are new. Okay. So let's go ahead and begin our practice. So I invite you to stand nice and tall near the top of your mat, and your feet are about hip distance apart and pointing forward. So we like to start here just to establish balance and alignment, mainly from the hips down to our feet. Just a nice connection. So you might even grip your mat with your toes, just so you can feel the ground underneath you and help settle in. Take some deep breaths, feel this connection to the ground. Start to move inside of yourself. Feel free to close your eyes or just take a soft gaze forward or downward. As you feel rooted into the earth, just feel your legs, the length of your legs, holding you up, standing tall. Good. And then from the waistline up, let's pay attention to what's happening here. As you breathe in, you want to feel your breath rising upward to fill up your lungs. So a nice, deep, expansive breath. And as you exhale, draw your navel inward towards your spine. It's a light contraction of your abdominal muscles. We call that the abdominal lock. So again, as we breathe in, you want to feel a lifting and lengthening through your spine. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, draw navel to spine, engage the abdominal lock, that light contraction of your abdominal muscles. Now that engagement here, our core center, is going to help us also with some of our postures because we'll be doing some balancing today. Continue breathing. Just as you feel the breath rising upward and that lengthening in the spine, also when you inhale, feel the breath moving down your legs, down into your feet. Exhale and reconnect to center. Good. Go ahead and take 3 more breaths in and out. And ready to move. Let's inhale and extend our arms into the air. Reach really high, big stretch. Exhale, let's fold forward. So a good hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And just make your way down towards your toes, maybe touching your toes. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or knees to extend your spine. A long, flat back. We're going to exhale and fold. We're going to hold here for several breaths. Already starting to get into our legs, our hamstrings. Nice lengthening and stretch quality here. Perfectly fine to keep a bend in the knees. Also pay attention to your upper body. If it feels okay, hang heavily forward. So you feel heaviness here. You can easily roll your shoulders, make circles with your shoulders. A little shake of your head and neck. Even a sway of your upper body. Left and right, back and forth. Coming back to center, shift your weight back into your heels, bend your knees, let your hips come down a bit like you're sitting down into a chair, and look forward. Take your arms out to the side, then inhale, press feet firmly into the ground so you can stand up tall, straight legs, straight arms up into the air. Exhale, bring your hands together and down to your heart. Hold for a breath or two. That's our half salute to the sun. Let's do that again with a slight variation. Here we go. Inhale, reach into the air. Feel that full length of the body. Get really tall. Exhale, lead with your heart. Fold forward with soft knees, making your way down towards toes. Inhale, rise up halfway, long spine. On your exhale, stay here. Stay here in half forward fold. You'll resemble a table. Here, shift your weight towards your toes. Grip your mat with your toes so you don't topple over. This too will engage your hamstrings, and that's what's really helping you to stay in this posture. The strong sensation of the engaged leg muscles. Also, still drawing navel to spine, core connection as you exhale. All stabilizers. Okay, shift your weight back into your heels. Bend your knees, feel like you're going to sit down. Take your arms out to the side, then inhale, stand up really tall, reach even higher. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Very nice. Let's hold here for another breath or two. Wonderful. Let's get ready for our sun salutation, starting with Series A. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up into the air. Exhale, fold forward, soft knees. Make your way down, maybe touching the ground. Inhale, rise up halfway. This exhale, bend your knees enough so you can place your hands on your mat out in front of you and walk or step both of your feet back into plank pose or a high push-up position. Breathe in. When you exhale, bend your elbows and lower your chest down towards the ground. Inhale, press into the ground with the hands, straighten your arms, look forward. You'll create a back bend, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes and lift your hips up into the air. And you'll be in downward facing dog. Feel free once you're in the posture to adjust your feet and maybe your hands if you need to, so you can settle into your posture. To continue some work in the legs, you might want to pedal your feet or press one heel down towards the mat as your other heel lifts and just alternate, like you're walking or pedaling a bicycle. As you press the heel down, you'll feel that lengthening in your calf muscle. When you lift the heel, you might feel that in your toes, perhaps even in the sole of your foot. As you're walking or pedaling, let your knees bend and your hips might naturally shift side to side. Meanwhile, just keep pressing your palms firmly into the ground, strong, straight arms. All right, pedal one more time, both feet, then come back to center, hold in down dog. Breathe in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet back up to the top of your mat. Inhale just to extend your spine. Exhale, fold. Weights in the heels, soft knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come to standing, reach high. Exhale, hands down to your heart. There we are. All right, let's go into our next series here, Series B. Inhale, reach into the air. This exhale, take chair pose or a chair-like position, sitting back and down into your seat. We're going to breathe in. Exhale, dive out of your seat down towards toes, forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway to a flat back. Exhale, bent knees, hands to the ground, walk, step, or even jump both feet back to plank pose. Once here, breathe in. Exhale, bend elbows, lower your way down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, press hands into the ground, open your chest, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, hips into the air, downward facing dog. Let's continue. Inhale, extend right leg up behind you, reach. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Left heel turns to the floor behind you, shifting weight back so there's balance between both feet. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up into the air so you're facing forward. Exhale, fold again, lowering your hands back down to the ground. Step back into plank pose. Bend your elbows, squeeze them in towards your ribs as you lower your way down. Inhale, open your chest and heart, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck toes, hips into the air, downward facing. Other side when you're ready, and inhale to lengthen and lift the leg up into the air, left leg. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel turns to the ground. Inhale, rise up facing forward, reaching into the air. Exhale, fold again. Bring your hands back down to the ground. Step left foot back to meet the other. Finish your sequence. Bending elbows, come down. Inhale, up dog.
And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's pause here for a couple of breaths. Then we're going to make our way down to the ground. You can just kneel down, take a seat, or hop forward, cross your legs to take a seat. Sit in the center of your mat, and then go ahead and roll down onto your back. But before you do that, you might want to rise back up. You might want to grab your strap because we're going to get right into some leg work. So just have your strap handy, okay? Roll down onto your back. We're going to start with bridge pose, however. So lie down with your knees bent, feet flat on the ground. Just take a couple of breaths here just to settle into the ground. Your back will feel relaxed, your shoulders. Take a deep breath or two. When you're ready, just take another full inhale, fill up your lungs. Exhale to lift hips up into the air. You might want to get your shoulders underneath you for this as well. Opening up through the chest a little bit more. Even bend your elbows at 90 degrees, pressing your arms down into the ground, just to give you a little bit more leverage and stability in this posture. You might even feel that you can lift a little higher and even hold a little longer. Three more breaths, deep breaths. It's quite engaging. You can probably feel just about every part of your body working in this pose. Then wiggle your toes forward a little bit. We're just making our way out of the pose. Extend your arms up into the air. Roll your way down to the ground. Let's extend the body. Extend your legs out front and reach your arms behind you. Big stretch. Okay. Let's draw the right knee into chest. Hug the right knee into chest. And here you might want to grab your strap. Hopefully it's nearby. You're going to wrap your strap around the bottom of the foot and extend this leg in the air. Something like this. And it's okay if the leg doesn't go completely straight. If the knee bends a little, that's fine, because you probably will still feel a stretch in the hamstring. So keep the foot flexed, and it's probably naturally flexed since we've got the strap wrapped around it, but feel as if your heel is reaching for the ceiling, and your toes feel like they're coming down towards your face. That'll give you a little bit more stretch through the calf and down through the hamstring. Inhale for that lengthening quality. As it feels okay with your exhale, you might give the strap a little tug as if you're sending your toes out behind you, towards the wall behind you. That'll increase that stretch. You don't have to force that. We're still warming up. And we're not going to be here too much longer. How about 2 more breaths? We can bend the right knee, release the strap, and then re-extend the right leg out onto the ground and bring left knee in. Let's do the same on this side. So we're just getting a little bit more stretch and lengthening in our legs. When you're ready, go ahead and extend your left leg into the air, flexing the foot. Feel as if the heel is reaching for the ceiling, toes coming down toward your face. Feel that stretch. You may not need to do anything else. That's it, even with a slight bend in the knee. My foot or my leg probably goes right up. It's perpendicular to the ground. If yours is not like that, perfectly okay. If it's more at an angle like this and you're still feeling the stretch, then you're in the right spot. If it feels okay, we're going to inhale. Feel the heel reaching for the ceiling. As you exhale, a little tug of the strap, getting a little bit more of that stretch. All right, I don't really need to go that far because I can really feel this. All right, 2 more breaths. And even notice the alignment of the body. So imagine you were standing. Imagine you were standing. That means you would be standing on your right foot and your left leg will be extending straight out in front of you. All right, let's bend the knee. Release the strap. Put it to the side. Hug both knees to chest. Start rocking forward and back. Deep breathing here. Generate a good exhale so you can rock your way up to seated. I'm going to come right into boat pose. Just a couple of breaths. We're not going to be here too long. You can even bring heels to the ground if you need to help stabilize the posture. You can hold on to the legs as I am, or you can even release the legs like that. Okay, we're going to breathe in. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front or to the side. Swing the legs back behind you, plank pose. Let's just take a shortcut. Bend your knees a little, send your hips into the air, downward facing dog. Hold for a moment. Then inhale to fill up your lungs. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale, extend spine. Exhale, fold. Just notice how getting more stretch and lengthening in your hamstrings. Weights in the heels, bend your knees. Sweep your arms out to the side. Inhale, rise up nice and tall in your standing position. Exhale, let's bring your arms down by your side this time, finishing. There we are. Good. All right, nice little warm up. Let's get into some balance. So we're just going to go into tree pose. Let's start by creating our strong balance, both feet on the ground, even distribution of weight of left and right. You can roll your shoulders. Take a breath. When you're ready, start shifting your weight over into your right foot. Root into the ground pretty strongly there. Okay. We're going to inhale for the lifting and lengthening of the spine. Exhale, draw belly in and float your left foot up, flexing the foot. Thigh comes to parallel to the ground. We're going to open the gate here so the knee swings out to the side and placing foot on the inside of your standing leg. Here's our hip opener, balancing position. Tree pose, we'll inhale, take both arms up into the air. Exhale, draw belly in to secure your posture. Let's hold here for several breaths. Keep reaching, good energy and action of reaching towards the sky. Exhaling, navel to spine. Very nice. We're going to do another version of this. All right, swing your left knee forward, lifting the knee with the flexed foot. Now take left hand and just catch just below the knee. Take it out to the side again. Take right hand to the right side. Just kind of an opening of the body. And since we're moving in opposite directions, it helps with balance. So left knee to the left, right hand to the right helps with balance. Okay, let's bring the knee forward. Right hand back up into the air. Place the foot back down onto the ground. Both arms up into the air to even things out. Exhale, arms down by your side. All right, a little shake of those shoulders. And we'll do the other side. So basically 2 balancing positions. When you're ready, start shifting weight into your left foot. Root, press strongly into the ground. Your inhale, feel tall through the spine. Exhaling, engage belly. Then float right foot up. Flex the foot to keep the leg strong. Your thigh is parallel to the ground. And just swing the knee out to the side, placing foot on the inside of your standing leg. Let's inhale to extend the arms up into the air. Good lengthening through the side bodies. Exhale, core connected. Hold for balance. You might find something to focus on out in front of you that's not moving. That will help you to focus, concentrate, and balance. Make sure you're breathing. We're getting ready for our second balance. Let's keep the arms in the air. We'll swing right knee forward, lift knee with the flexed foot. Let's catch the knee with the hand and take the knee back out to the right side as your left hand reaches to the left side, something like this. And trying to keep your whole front body facing forward. Sometimes when we take the knee in one direction, the body wants to turn that direction. We want to feel this nice opening expression of the body. So your torso is still facing forward. Okay, bring that knee forward again. Plant foot. Bring both hands up into the air. Exhale, arms down by your side. There we go. Roll your shoulders. Let's keep it moving. A lot more to do. Inhale, reach both arms up into the sky. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, monkey pose. Flat back or a tabletop. Exhale, bent knees, hands to the floor. Walk or step both feet back, plank pose. Come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Go at your own pace if I'm going too quickly. Exhale, downward facing dog. Set it up. Lunges. Inhale, extend right leg up behind you. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Left heel turns to the ground. Good balance. Inhale, rise up, warrior 1. And exhale, opening to warrior 2. Let's settle into warrior 2. Maybe take the feet a little wider if you'd like to. I like to. And then lunge a little deeper. Really gets into the legs nicely. So for warrior 2, of course, the right knee is bent.
lunging. Knee and toes are pointing directly forward, and we have our energetic arms extending out to the side. A couple more breaths. Then our side angle pose. Let's reach out over the right leg, angled upper body, and we rotate the arms. Bring right hand down, left hand up into the air. Reach and stretch opposite directions. You can lunge a little deeper if that feels good. Good reaching action with both arms. Breathe in. Exhale, let's turn to bring the hands down to the floor. Step back, plank pose. Come on down, chaturanga. Up dog when you're ready. You can even take cobra pose there if you'd like. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend left leg straight up and back. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel turns to the floor. Find that firm connection to the ground. Lightness in the hands, so you can easily float them up into Warrior 1, and the exhale guiding us to Warrior 2. Same thing, settle in, make some adjustments if you need to. Check in with your alignment and breath. Side angle pose, reach out, follow the left hand, angled upper body, rotate your arms, left hand reaching down, right hand up into the air. Settle into the posture, deep breathing. Notice the sensations in your body. Good thing to pay attention to when you're just holding a pose. Let's breathe in. Exhale, turn, hands back down to the ground. Step back, plank pose, finish your sequence. Elbows bend, lower your chest. Inhale, open your heart, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's go to the floor once again. Hop forward, cross your legs to take a seat, or just sit, kneel down, take a seat, and extend the legs. All right. So sitting up tall, staff pose, flex your feet, hands on the floor by your hips. Just push into the ground with the hands to help extend your torso and spine a little bit more. Roll your shoulders back, and if you can, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Just a couple of breaths here. Okay, just to keep the body energized, very active. We are going to take a forward fold. Again, just getting more into the legs. Alrighty, you can release that. You can use the strap again if you'd like. Now wrapping the strap around both feet. Holding onto the strap, elbows are still bent. I like to have the elbows just kind of right here at the ribs. Inhale, sit up tall by a little tug of the strap here. Exhaling, pull belly in and another tug of the strap to send your heart forward. Just a little bit, a hinge at the hips. You can just take these in small increments. If you need to, you can always adjust where your hands are on the strap. Inhale, lengthening through the spine at whatever angle you're in. Exhale, pull belly in, tug the strap gently, fold gently. I'm going to pause right here. This feels great. Alrighty? Now my legs, I know that my hamstrings are a little tight today, and so I don't want to force a stretch. I'm going to ease and guide my body into the stretch. Deep breaths will help, just really sending some good oxygen and blood into the areas that need it. All right, just 2 more breaths. After that second breath, you're just going to sit up nice and tall again. Right there. Let's go ahead and release the strap. Just set it to the side. Remember, stay seated. Just take the legs a little wider. They don't have to go too wide. Just kind of forming a V shape with the legs. Again, not very wide. Just opening up. Hands behind you. Just to push into the floor to sit up a little taller. We're going to fold a little bit here. Breathe in. Lift up. Exhale. Fold. All right, not here very long. Just a slight variation of the posture. Rather than having the legs together, just slightly wider. Okay. 3 more breaths. And then we'll continue our flow. Let's rise back up. Let's step those legs back in and move into our boat pose. You might lean back so you can bend your knees, eventually lifting your feet into the air. A couple of breaths. Strong posture. Ready to move. Breathe in first. Exhale if you can. Cross legs, hands in front. Hop or step back, plank pose. Hold plank. Let's again just take a shortcut to down dog. Bend your knees, hips into the air. Let's do another lunge sequence. Inhale, extend right leg up. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. We're going to high lunge, which means your left heel will remain lifted. If the weight of your body is forward, like mine is at the moment, pull the hips back. So there's less weight on the hands. That left heel behind you is still lifted, but less weight on the hands. You can easily hinge your way up until you're tall. Reach up into the air. Make sure you're still lunging. Hold here for a moment. Now this takes some balance as well, because you're only on your toes behind you. Squeeze inner thighs towards each other to help stabilize the posture. Reach high as you inhale. Exhale, pull belly in. We're going to inhale. Exhale, open it to a warrior two. Here we're going to triangle. So you're going to straighten your right leg, straight as can be. Reach out over that right leg and then rotate the body. Right hand down, left hand up. Right leg is straight here, more hamstring stretch. And this is kind of what I would call a sideways pose, different sensation in the leg, okay? Because of this straight leg and we're angled in this particular position. Perhaps a different sensation. All right, you're going to lift a little bit out of the pose, not much, just enough so you can actually rotate your torso so you're actually facing forward or the ground. And then fold forward. Maybe, if you can, coming to a flat back parallel to the ground, like so. Reaching the hands behind you. So you'll end up, here we'll call this pyramid pose. I'm going to suggest flexing or lifting the toes. Lift your toes and drive your heel and the balls of your foot into the ground. It will stabilize your leg and in its hip socket so that you perhaps can fold a little deeper or at least just feel a little bit more stable in the pose. From here, moving into warrior one. Start by bending the right knee a whole lot. Reach forward with both arms. Hinge your way up facing forward. It's a natural warrior one. Exhale, fold. Hands down to the ground. Step back. Plank pose. Stay in plank. Shortcut to down dog. All right, same thing other side. Inhale, extend left leg up into the air. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. High lunge on this side. Shifting the weight back so there's balance, less weight in the hands, so you can hinge your way up, reaching into the air. Reach high, lunge low. Hug inner thighs towards each other. You'll feel the legs really engage. Because the right leg is extended behind us, you might feel a nice lengthening in your right hip flexor. That's always great. Okay, inhale. As we exhale, pivot right heel to the floor, turning open to a warrior two. Setting up now for triangle. Straighten the left leg. Reach out over your left leg. Angled upper body, rotate. Left hand down, right hand up. Another sideways pose with some emphasis on the left hamstring, but also in the hips, again, because of the angled posture we're creating. Deep breaths. Notice how this feels in the front leg, because it might start to feel a little different as we get into the pyramid pose. Are we going to slightly come out of triangle, turn torso so you're facing forward, hinge, come down to maybe parallel or close to it if you can, reach back with your hands. So here's our pyramid pose. I think it looks like a hieroglyphic on a pyramid wall. That's what it reminds me of. See, and notice the change, a different sensation perhaps in this front leg. Lift the left set of toes, press firmly into the ground with the heel and the balls of the foot, stabilizing the hip. To come out of the posture, warrior one, bend the left knee, reach forward with both arms, hinge your way up. First warrior, exhale, fold, hands down to the ground. Step back, plank pose. Let's go ahead and come down, this time chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold for a moment. Deep breath in.
As you exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet back up to the top of the mat. Inhale, extend spine. Then fold on the exhale. Weights in the heels, bent knees. Reverse your swan dive. Come up to standing. Reach into the air. Exhale, arms down by your side. Wonderful. All right, little shoulder roll, shake it out, grab a sip of water, and after you get your water, grab your strap once again. All right, some more balance work. All right, maybe a little bit more challenging. Now, if you need an extra prop, another prop you can use is actually a wall or a chair, okay? Something to put your hand on to help you balance, because we're going to do some more balancing. I'm going to give you 2 versions of this. Actually, 3 versions, I think. Let's see. Okay. So let's go ahead and take the strap and wrap it around the right foot. And hold on to the strap in your right hand. Okay? Stand nice and tall. Mountain pose. Start shifting weight into the left foot, root. Inhale, get tall. Breath rising, fill up your lungs. Exhale, engage your belly. Like you're a marionette puppet, lift your right foot. And then extend the leg forward. Remember, we did this lying down. Remember this? Okay, oops. And if you can, take the left arm up into the air. Just like this. All right. Then we're going to bend the right knee, take it out to the side, left hand to the side. Now you can stay just like this or extend the leg. Something like this. If you need to keep a good bend in the knee, please keep a good bend in the knee. You probably feel this. It's already a challenge balancing. And again, this is where a wall or a chair might come in handy, something to put this left hand on. Bend the knee again. Bring it forward. Plant the foot into the ground. And just bring the arm down by your side, just like that. Okay? So that's the variations we'll do it with using the strap. Let's do the other side. So wrapping the strap around the left foot. Got a good hold of that strap. Mountain pose just to establish your balance on 2 feet. Then start shifting your weight into right foot. Root down. Lengthen spine. Core engage as you exhale. Marionette puppet. Lifting your foot. Then extending the leg forward. Adjusting hand on strap. Right arm up into the air if you need to. Or if you can. What I meant to say was if you need to bend your knee, go ahead and do that. But right arm up into the air. All right, then bend the left knee, swing it out to the side like you're going to get into tree pose, but instead extend the leg if you can, and then reach right hand to right side. Again, just those opposites. Making sure torso is still facing mostly forward as best as you can. Good job. Perfectly fine if you wobble a little bit or lose that centering and need to step out of the pose. Bend the knee, bring it forward, plant the foot into the ground. Hand can come down by your side. Finished. Very nice. Okay, let's get rid of the strap for a moment. Get another sip of water if you need to. I'm adjusting my mat. Let's continue our flow. Some more work to do. Inhale, reach into the sky. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, hands to the floor, hop or step back, plank, come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold. We're going right into pigeon pose. Instead of extending the right leg up into the air, bring your right knee down to the floor, behind right wrist, angle the leg. Okay, we usually extend the leg up into the air. We just took that little piece out. That's all. Set the left knee onto the ground. Use left knee and toes. Crawl left leg back. And just hold here. Rather than going down, just stay on your hands. Angled upper body just to support yourself. Some breaths here. Because we're going to go a little deeper if you're able, okay? Because we're going to take this more to the king pigeon, which means you're just going to lift upper body a little bit more. We need to reposition our hands. Hands are in front at the moment, but now bring your hands by your side, propped up onto your fingertips.
So we can push down into the ground, lifting upper body so you can actually face forward, kind of like upward facing dog. Hold here for a couple breaths. All right, here comes a new pose. All right, you're going to soften and sit down to the right side. Now you're going to end up turning sideways on your mat, okay? So we're going to open up and extend the left leg out and do the same with the right leg. Okay, you're going to end up facing sideways on your mat, legs well extended out to the side. Reaching the arms up into the air. If you need to, interlace your fingers. This is called even angle pose. Even angle pose. Great for the legs, right? Inner thighs, upper body. Right here. Here comes the next new pose. First, just bring your arms down by your side. Okay? You're going to bring the right leg over to the left side. And guess what? You're going to lie down. Literally just on your side, like this. On your right arm, on your side. Like you're just lounging. We're going to bend the left knee, bring it in towards body, and extend leg up into the air. If you can grab big toe, loop your peace fingers around big toe, extending the leg in the air. This is called infinity pose. And there's certainly variations of this posture. You can keep it low, okay, something like this, out front. Leg can go straight up in the air. And if you happen to have a lot of flexibility, that leg can come down behind your head. Infinity pose. But again, another one of these sideways kind of stretches, getting into the legs and hips. Let's release, bring that leg back down. Then you're just going to roll onto your belly. First, just on your forearms, like this, with just a gentle lift of the chest. We're just going to call this crocodile. Then get the hands underneath you, underneath your shoulders. Push back, hands and knees, tuck toes, and then hips into the air, return to down dog. So that's a new little sequence with a couple of new postures. So we added even angle pose and infinity pose. Let's do the other side. So we're going to pigeon right away with left leg. So just bring the left knee down to the ground behind left wrist, angled leg. Right knee and toes, crawl back. Hold here. So we're getting a lot of sensation in the hips. Hands stay on the ground out in front of you. Keep the upper body angled. So this should give us some good release in the left inner thigh and the left glute. Okay, and even outer hip. And of course your right hip flexor, this leg that's extending. A couple more breaths as we get into this. Then we're going to take this a little bit more into king pigeon, which is lifting up. But you can stay just like this. If this is perfect for you, stay here. Or if you'd like, bring hands a little bit more by your side, prop up onto fingertips, press into the ground, lifting chest to face forward. You're also lifting your torso, taking some pressure, hopefully, away from your low back. King pigeon pose. A little bit more sensation, perhaps, in that right hip flexor. Relax it. Take a seat off to the left side. You're going to turn sideways again in your right leg, okay, out to the right side, then extend left leg out to the side. Okay, going back to our even angle pose. As you're able, take both arms up into the air, interlace fingers, reach. Lots of strength in this posture. Core, sides, upper back, leg strength even to help stabilize this pose. 2 more breaths. After the second breath, let's release, bring hands down. We're going to that nice lounging position. Bring left leg over towards the right so you can lie down on your side. I'm just propped up on my left elbow here. You can stay just like this. This is actually infinity pose prep, okay? Just like this. You can lift both legs if you wanted to, but we're doing this one leg, so lifting. I like to bend the knee. There's an outer rotation here, so the knee is pointing towards ceiling. Use peace fingers if you can reach. Grab big toe. You can even grab your strap if you wanted to take it to this version of your infinity pose. If you can go further without forcing the body, you can go a little deeper. Take that leg back behind you. Couple breaths here. Nice extension. And we'll release the leg back down. Roll onto belly and forearms to our, I'm calling crocodile pose. A little bit of a lengthening sensation in this low back bend. Reposition your hands underneath shoulders. Press back to hands and knees. Stay here for a cat and cow. So a little fluidity through the spine and hips. Three more breaths. All right, sit back into hero pose as you're able, really just to get off of your hands for a moment. And if you've got some blocks, you might want to take them and place them near the top of your mat, even on the mat or just off the mat, right out in front of you so you can easily get them. Let's return to a downward facing dog. Then inhale, extend right leg up into the air, right foot to the top of the mat. We're going to stay here in this runner's lunge. Place your hands on the blocks or even bring them in so you can place your hands on your blocks. And then a little shift of weight into right foot so you can lift the left leg into the air like this. I'm even going to turn my blocks up a little higher so I can get a little bit more extension through my spine. Reaching in these opposite directions. Left leg reaching back, torso getting longer, but then tip the scale, meaning left leg goes up into the air as your head, your chest comes down towards right leg. So we're just doing a variation of standing splits. Then we're going to bend the left knee. Bring your left knee in towards your chest. Perfectly fine if the back rounds. Set your foot down next to the other. You'll be in forward fold. Take monkey pose, lifting halfway. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back, plank pose, hold. Bent knees, hips to sky, down dog. We're going to do the other side. Same thing. Inhale, extend left leg into the air. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Stay here in runner's lunge. Bring your blocks back in. Let's get ready to balance on left foot. A little push forward so we can get weight into the left foot. Right leg can lift up into the air. Maybe lifting a little higher with a little adjustment of the blocks to help extend spine. Reach back through the right foot and leg. Then tip the scale. Right leg up, heart goes down for your variation of standing splits. So more leg work. Breathing. Bend the right knee, the leg in the air. Bring knee in towards chin or chest. A little rounding of the spine. Place the foot down next to the other. You'll be in forward fold. Stay in forward fold for a moment. Hang heavily forward. Weights in the heels, bent knees. Reverse your swan dive. Come up to standing. Reach up into the air. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Couple breaths. Good job. Lots of legs. Alrighty. Let's see if we can piece a sequence together. Now, let me just show you this quickly. You can get some water if you want to. Let me just show you the first pose and sequence that we're going to get into. It's going to be that balancing posture. We did it with the strap and extended the leg out. I'm going to give you some variations because we're not going to be able to use the strap. You could, but you would have to drop it. Okay? So I'm going to face you for a moment. So I'm putting weight in my right foot, lifting the left foot, taking the knee out to the side using peace fingers to loop around big toes, extending leg out to the side, right arm out to the side. And if you can't reach your toe and extend the leg, grab hold of the knee. like this, okay? That could be the alternative. Or you could use your strap knowing that you might have to throw it away as we continue the flow, because this is how we'll continue. You'll bend the knee and come into tree pose. All right, and then we'll flow from there. So here's my tree pose, and we're going to take this to a high lunge pose. Okay? So there we are. So let's start in mountain pose. Nice and tall, breathing deeply. Or if you're using your strap, you want to grab your strap here. We're shifting weight into the right foot, so the strap would be wrapped around your left foot. We're lifting the left knee, swinging knee out to the left side. Okay? Peace fingers, if you can, loop around big toe, extend the left leg out, right arm opposite direction. A couple breaths. All right, you might want to release the strap or release the big toe. Bring foot down to the inner thigh or inner leg for tree pose. Both arms up into the air. And then turn left knee so it's facing forward. Lift your knee with the flexed foot. Bend the right knee a little bit. The leg you're standing on, tip or hinge forward with the upper body. Extend the left leg back. Set your toes onto the ground. You'll be in a high lunge position. Open warrior two. We're going right away to triangle. Extend right leg. Reach out over the right leg. Rotate your arms. A couple of breaths. And then into pyramid. So maybe lifting a little bit so you can easily turn torso, facing forward, facing the ground as you hinge. Extend arms out behind you. Good. Listen carefully. We're bending the right knee. We're bringing hands down to the blocks or the floor. So if you got your blocks still there, we're going right up. The left leg into the air, extending. Heart lowers down towards right knee, standing splits. Bend left knee, bring it in towards chest or chin, rounding the spine. Place the foot down next to the other. You'll be in forward fold. Hold. You'll feel a little rebalancing right there. Then inhale, monkey, flat back. Exhale, hands to the floor, hop or step back. Plank pose, come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pigeon pose. We're just bringing right knee to right wrist, angled leg. Left knee comes down, crawl that left leg back. Stay here or take it to king pigeon. Hands by your side. Press into the ground, lift. We're getting ready for our even angle pose. Take a seat to the right side. You're going to end up turning sideways. Left leg extends. Those toes turn up. Extend right leg out to the side. It's a wide opening of the legs there. You can keep the hands on the floor for stability, or if you're able, hands up in the air, interlace fingers, reach. Very dynamic. Even angle pose. Two more breaths. Releasing the hands, bring them down. We're going to lounge. Right leg is going to go over to left leg. Arm comes down. Lounge on your side. You can bend this left knee. You can grab your strap again if you want. Wrap it around that left foot or grab big toe. Extend. It's the same leg extension as we did at the beginning of the sequence. Infinity pose. Nice leg extension. Two more breaths. We're going to release, bring the leg back down to our little lounging position. Roll onto your belly, crocodile. Hands underneath shoulders, press back hands and knees. Cat-cow. Then tuck your toes, lifting knees and hips into the air, down dog.
Jump, step, or walk. Both feet up to the top of your mat. Stay on your feet. Inhale, extend spine and fold. Weights in the heels, bend knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come to standing, reach into the air. Exhale, hands to your heart. We're ready for the other side. Grab your strap if you need to. You're going to be wrapping the strap around your right foot. When you're ready, shifting weight into left foot. Let's lift the right foot, lifting the knee. Swing the leg out to the side. Peace fingers around big toes. Extending the leg as you're able, using the strap if you need to. Left arm in the opposite direction. Everything's trying to face forward. Releasing the strap, releasing the big toe, bending the knee. Tree pose, foot to inner leg. Both arms up into the air. Preparing for high lunge. Swing right knee forward. Lift knee with the flexed foot. Bend the left knee. Hinge forward with the upper body. As you extend the right leg back, set down onto your toes. High lunge. And open warrior two. Set it up for triangle. Extend the left leg. Reach out over left leg. Rotate your arms. Couple more breaths. Lots of legs. Pyramid, lifting a little bit so you can turn and hinge or fold. Arms reach behind you. Remember, you can lift the toes, getting the heel to press into the ground strongly for stabilization. Bend the left knee so you can bring hands to the floor or blocks so you can float the right leg up into the air. Good extension through spine and lifted leg. Tip the scale, heart comes down, right leg goes up for your variation. Don't worry too much. If that leg doesn't lift too high, we're in the pose. Bend the right knee, bring it in towards chin or chest. Set the foot down next to the other, you'll be in forward fold. Feel the balance. Monkey pose, extending through spine. Exhale, hands to the floor, hop or step back, plank pose, come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, pigeon. Left knee comes to the floor behind left wrist. Angled leg. Right knee comes down. Crawl that right leg back. Stay angled here, or hands by your side. Push into the ground. Lift. Facing forward, king pigeon. Couple breaths. Hip flexor. Front of the leg. Okay, ready for our even angle pose. Sit off to the left side. Turn sideways. Right leg is extended already. Go ahead and follow it up with the left leg extending. Facing sideways on your mat. Arms up into the air. Interlace fingers. Reach. Two more. Ready to relax? Let's bring the arms down. We're bringing the left leg over to the right. Let's lounge on our left elbow here, sideways. Infinity pose. Bend the knee. Turn the knee towards ceiling. Extend leg. Use a strap if you'd like. Or grab big toe. Extend. Two more breaths. We're going to release, slowly bring leg back down in our lounging position. Roll onto your belly. Crocodile, just to lift it. I'm using the elbows, just pressing into the ground to help, like I'm dragging myself forward, just to get out of that low back sensation. And then place hands underneath shoulders. Press back, hands and knees, cat, cow. And that's going to complete our series. 2 or 3 breaths right here. And then take hero pose. Sit off to one side so you can swing the legs around to the front. Sit in the center of your mat and lie down onto your back. Go ahead and hug the knees into chest. You might want to give yourself a little massage here. Little circles, clockwise and counterclockwise. We're going to do a little bit more leg work, not too intense though, while we're lying down. First, let's just go ahead and extend both legs up into the air. If you need some support, just use your hands just to hold them up. Again, okay to keep the knees bent. Flex your feet, point your toes. Flex, point. Do that several times, and then maybe some circles. Lots of balancing we did, okay? Lots of engaging of the feet and ankles, so let's just give them a little massage. If you want, you can take the legs wide like we did in that seated pose, that even angle pose. Now just doing it lying down, taking the legs out to the side. Bring them back up to center, squeezing towards center, and then cross. Maybe right over left or in front of left. Open it back up, wide, and then close, squeezing inner thighs towards each other, and bring the left leg in front of the other. And then wide again. And then completely together at the top. Bend the knees, hug them in, relax. Let's go for a twist. Let's take knees over to the left side. Extend right arm off to the right side. Not too different from that standing balancing pose when we had an extended leg moving in one direction and an extended arm in the opposite direction. As you already know, yoga is full of opposites. Yoga is full of opposites, and those opposites help to create balance. How about 2 more breaths here on the first side? Even notice your breathing. Hopefully you're starting to relax a little bit after our dynamic leg work. When you're ready to come back up to center, pause there for a moment. And then knees down to the other side. Left arm in the opposite direction. Two more breaths. And when you're complete, return to center, regaining alignment and balance. And then extend your legs straight out in front of you onto the floor. Arms can rest down by your side, just guiding your way into Shavasana. Once here, take a nice full breath in, fill yourself up. Complete exhale and complete relaxation as you melt into the ground. We'll hold here for a couple of minutes. And close your eyes and just continue your journey inward. Just as we did at the beginning of practice, we end the same way, going inside of self. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. Even as I complete the practice, you can stay right where you are. When you do move, take your time. Go in slow motion. You might bend your knees. Slowly roll to one side, just moving into a nurturing pose. Again, you can stay in Shavasana, or maybe you are rolling onto your side and you can stay here a little bit longer. Then still moving in slow motion, guide your way up to seated. No rush. Find a comfortable seat.
Sitting up nice and tall, arms just relax down by your side, and hands can rest in your lap or on your knees. Find your breath. Together, we'll inhale, extend arms into the air. As you exhale, bring your hands together and down to your heart. Hold here in stillness. Take another breath or two. And as we come to the close of this portion of our journey together, we bow, saying, Namaste.